à Paris.
In France, we have the right to love each other as we want and with who we want. In France, we have the right to believe or to not believe. In France, we have a lot of rights. Voilà, those are the words of the audacious show's artistic director, Thomas Joly. And yes, in France, we have the right to remain fabulous. Spectacular, kitsch, unique, weird, provocative. The Olympic Games opening was all of that. In today's video, I want to spotlight the fashion designers behind the ceremony. Some of them you know for sure, and others you have never heard of, but you definitely want to keep an eye on. Let's get started. The Paris 2024 Olympics is sponsored by the luxury titan LVMH. The group is owned by French businessman Bernard Arnault and owns more than 80 brands including Tiffany, Dior, Fendi, Givenchy, Loro Piana, Marc Jacobs, Stella McCartney, and the list goes on and on. But the flagship brand of LVMH is obviously Louis Vuitton, which designed the case for the torch and the trays for the medals. The trays were crafted by artisans at Louis Vuitton's workshop in the Maine-et-Loire region. Each display tray is covered in the company's signature damier canvas created by the house in 1888. Louis Vuitton was also spotted on a rapper Rimkay who wore a red and black jacket with the brand's signature damier checkerboard pattern. And this guy who danced on the Hotel de Ville rooftop is Guillaume Diop, the first black dancer named an étoile of the Paris Opéra Ballet. Obviously, he danced in Louis Vuitton. And you will see more LVMH brands throughout the games. The medals were crafted by Chaumet. The Olympic medalists for the podium are glammed up by Sephora makeup artists. Vuitton dropped official products under the Paris 2024 license, and Moët et Chandon is flowing at La Maison LVMH. And of course, Berluti, another LVMH brand, provided sporty and elegant opening ceremony suits for the French Olympic team, combining royal blue with national colors. All eyes on Dior. The three biggest stars of the ceremony were all dressed in Dior, another brand belonging to LVMH. Lady Gaga started the evening with Montruc en plume in a black bustier leotard with a train of black and powder pink feathers. The fashion house specified that the feathers were collected during the bird's molting. S'il vous plaît. This performance paid tribute to choreographer Roland Petit and Zizi Jeanne, the original performer of Montruc en plume. Dior also dressed Aya Nakamura, the French pop star who shone in gold from her eyelids to her gladiator sandals. And right under the Olympics rings on the Eiffel Tower, Céline Dion performed Hymne à l'amour, by Edith Piaf, of course, in a stunning Dior haute couture outfit. Dion appeared in a sparkling dress covered in thousands of beige pearls and over 500 meters of fringe. The Atelier Dior crew spent more than 1,000 hours crafting the dress. Finally, the mezzo-soprano Axel Saint-Cyrel wore an 8-meter-long tricolor peplum dress while performing La Marseillaise. This dress was also a Dior creation, reinvented by Maria Grazia Chiuri, its artistic director. But enough with the overpriced luxury brands. The performers of the ceremony were dressed by 15 young French fashion designers, all selected by Daphne Burki. Daphne Burki is a French journalist and TV presenter appointed as the Olympics stylist and costume director. Each silhouette tells a story, Burki said. The key word is mix. A mix of generations between the designers, a mix of style with inclusivity, and of sourcing with a lot of upcycling. In many ceremonies, one designer is chosen for all the costumes. I prefer the mosaic approach. Because we have so much talent in this country, so many creators in all fields who are dazzling. And one of those young talents is a 27-year-old Charles de Vilmorin, known for his graphic and colorful designs inspired by Niki de Saint-Phal and Jean-Charles de Castelbajac. I also suspect that he is a living incarnation of Yves Saint Laurent. Don't tell me otherwise. The online shop of de Vilmorin boasts of oversized coats in bright colors, large surreal eyes, red hearts, quarterback shoulders, and multicolored leggings. If you happened to be in Paris last winter, you could see the Galeries Lafayette Christmas windows created by de Vilmorin. And this summer, Charles de Vilmorin dressed more than 150 participants for a tableau titled Liberté, freedom of course, which portrayed a throuple wearing his colorful designs in a tribute to François Truffaut's classic French New Wave film Jules et Jim. By the way, he's also the great-nephew of Louis de Vilmorin, companion of André Malraux. De Vilmorin also designed oversized rainbow-colored skirts for the aerial dancers and colorful printed shorts and t-shirts for the acrobats in a scene that concluded with the pilots of the Patrouille de France tracing a red heart in the sky. De Vilmorin said it was his first time fitting a range of body types with sizes ranging from XS to XXL. I have no expectations. I didn't think I'm going to get another 100,000 followers. Well, I do so. If you like the video so far, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Nonetheless, de Vilmorin hopes his participation will convince buyers that he has the capacity to deliver large quantities. Oh la la! The controversial runway. For a few hours, the Passerelle de Billy Bridge became a red carpet runway where models and celebrities showed off new French designers including Victor Weinsanto, Alphonse Maître-Pierre, Kevin Germanier, and Jeanne Friot. The tableau is called Festivité, celebration that is, with a French DJ and lesbian activist Barbara Buch presiding over a queer rereading of Leonardo da Vinci's The Last Supper. This is Farida Khelfa, a friend of Jean-Paul Gaultier, who walked the runway in a dress by Alphonse Maître-Pierre. Maître-Pierre custom-designed a pale pink sheath dress with an opulent folded bodice made of 4 layers of material embellished with laser-cut patterns and embroidered floral details. Given that we would be alongside major brands with means and extensive atelier, I went for the idea of an evening gown done our way, 100% upcycled. I visited materials upcycling stocks in Pantin and challenged myself to make the outfit from whatever I found there. And for those of you who haven't heard of Farida Khelfa, she was kind of huge in the 80s. She was a muse and a friend of Jean-Paul Gaultier. She was a socialite. She was a party goer. She was simply gorgeous. And guess who is in this picture alongside with Farida? No other than Christian Louboutin himself. Then came the unique designs of Victor Weinsanto. Weinsanto dressed his muse Eljima Masrangar in a large organza headpiece to honor his native Alsace. Weinsanto said he couldn't believe his luck. I was thrilled and surprised at the same time. It's a fantastic opportunity for us young designers. It's a huge platform, a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, said the designer who created a look for Beyoncé's Renaissance World Tour last year. All right, the blue guy. Who is the blue guy? It's actually Philippe Catherine, a pop singer, became famous in France in the year 2000. His first single was called J'adore Luxor. And yes, his style was always eccentric, so French people were kind of not surprised when they saw him completely naked, painted in blue. But yeah, if you were lost, I don't blame you. So, Philippe Catherine was dressed as Dionysus, the Greek god of festivity, painted in blue, covered in glitter, and wore a garland of fake fruits. And this creation, which went viral, was designed by Olivier Berriot, a film and stage costume designer who worked on the Netflix series Lupin. He also designed costumes for revolutionaries and a beheaded Marie Antoinette. Poor Marie Antoinette. Where to hide a revolver when you're completely naked, sings Philippe Catherine. I know where you're thinking, but that's not a good idea. No more rich and poor when you go back to being naked. Yes. Jeanne Friot, a 29-year-old designer who started her brand 4 years ago, created the armored look inspired by Joan of Arc. Joan of Arc is a woman who is ultra symbolic of what I'm trying to do, what I want. Breaking free from gender rules, from what society imposes on me as a woman, and deciding to fight. As a female designer who is lesbian, there isn't a moment in my life where I'm not fighting. And the woman who wore this silver armor was Floriane Isser, an officer of gendarmerie who carried the Olympic flag to the Trocadero. Jeanne Friot made multiple identical costumes that fit all body types, as she didn't know who would wear them. The outfit is made of upcycled leather belts, reworked by Robert Mercier, a leather craftsman. It's Robert Mercier who gave the armor this silver effect. Robert Mercier is known for the sculptural dresses worn by Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian and Zendaya. Olivier Roustan collaborated with Mercier for a custom wet effect leather dress for Zendaya's appearance at the Venice Film Festival in 2021. And yes, this is leather. Reflecting on this creation, Mercier said, "Zendaya's team provided a plaster cast of her body which I used to sculpt the dress's structure. I molded the dress in leather using this guide. She wore it so well and contacted me to say thank you." Jeanne Friot's fashion is very modern. She offers gender-neutral fashion that is unisex and free of stereotypes. And she also designed Madonna's dress for her birthday. How cool is that? Jeanne Friot told Fashion United that she enjoyed total creative freedom, which let my imagination run wild. But more than this freedom, it was the committee's decision to let the fashion show be less traditional and more inclusive. Even Daphne Burki was surprised that it was allowed. Jeanne Friot said it would help give a lot of exposure to young Parisian designers. The extra attention from the opening ceremony is very helpful, especially now when new designers are struggling due to the tough economy and slow online sales. The next show of Jeanne Friot will be in January, and she hopes to sign with more stores during the sales in September, thanks to the opening ceremony. And as for me, I desperately need a piece of Jeanne Friot in my wardrobe. I just wish it was more affordable. As a bonus, I wanted to give a special mention to the Wicked co-stars Cynthia Erivo. Do I pronounce it correctly? Cynthia Erivo? And Ariana Grande, who drew attention with their themed outfits. Grande's outfit was inspired by French fashion history and styled by Mimi Cottrell. She wore a pink silk satin dress with a bow and matching hair bows and gloves. Grande said they worked closely with Tom Brown to create the look, taking inspiration from Audrey Hepburn. Erivo's look was inspired by Dominique Devaux from Dynasty. She wore an emerald green Louis Vuitton outfit. Erivo said they wanted to capture Devaux' sophistication and elegant Parisian style. Her favorite parts were the accessories, including Roberto Coin jewelry and a brimmed hat. And this is the end of this video. Let me know what you thought about the fashion and the Olympics opening ceremony in the comments. And if you like this video, don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Au revoir!